Hi there, welcome back to Logic Language Learning. Now this is a switching video. We've done switching videos before, depending on the order you've watched the videos in. So we've looked at going between the perfect tense, the action tense, and the was tense. We've looked at going between, or you will look at going between will and would. So switching videos are great, okay? But like I said, normally in language, the main thing that happens in the past is jumping between the different past tenses. So I was speaking to my mother when this happened. This business of going between be and have isn't going to be a problem for long in the middle, okay? This is something you will develop very quickly. You'll think of what's moving, you'll think of what's not, so do not be worrying about this. Can I also remind you that this is a tense where we have a verb in the middle, we have an auxiliary tense, and there are a few more tenses in French where we do this, okay? If you're interested in them right now, can you look at the pluperfect tense? So I had eaten, I had gone. Could you look at I will have eaten, or I would have eaten? Okay, so there are other tenses where we have this verb in the middle as well as our main verb. But for the moment we're looking at this tense, okay? Now, next thing to be thinking of, when you're walking along and you're speaking, I don't want you to be having to choose every time whether it's be or have. Do not think there is a constant choice. Like I said, the majority of the verbs that you know will use have. Right now in your French, this represents a lot of verbs, so there is a kind of am I in have or am I in be, which is why I'm using this video. But once your French progresses, it is pretty minimal, okay? Can I also finally remind those of you who are perhaps a little bit more advanced or studying for A level or revising at degree level that you will see être verbs in other places. You will see them in reflexive verbs in the past. So for example, not strictly être verbs, but verbs which use être. So a normal verb, for example, I said, j'ai dit, okay, I said to myself, je me suis dit, or il s'est dit, or on s'est dit, or tu t'es dit. This is an entirely different beast. This is a reflexive verb in the past. So if you want to go and look at that video now, there will be a video on this topic, and there's a really quick method I use to teach this. So this is a separate thing. So off you go then straight away. This is just working on some examples of our perfect tense. So, I went to Paris. You tell me, what kind of tense? I went. Action, so I need my three ingredients. Person, have or be, and the past word. So I went, it's a movement verb, so I'm going to use aller. Now let's look at aller. Aller is for all it's strange in other places, aller is an ER ending verb, it's an A verb. So the past word will be aller. So I went, I need I am rather than I have, je suis allé. Let's write it down. Can I remind you, how do we pronounce this? Or how do most people pronounce this? Some people, depends on the accent. Je suis allé, okay? Because we've got our letter A after our S. Can I remind you not to be looking at the written form of this to find this? There is an oral technique we use, and there is a video on this, okay? It's called the dinner table method. So, can I remind you as well that I am a chap, I am a man, I'm a bloke, I'm a guy, I'm male. This is not going to have an E. If a lady said this, je suis allé, same pronunciation, E on the end. So I went to Paris, je suis allé à Paris, okay? We took the train, okay, so verb to take, prendre. Is taking a moving around verb? Well, yes, taking the train is a moving around verb, but did we take ourselves? No, we took. So verb to take, prendre. Normal we have, nous avons. Past ending of prendre, nous avons pris. Okay, so we took would be nous avons pris. Okay, and let's use blue to highlight the fact that that is not an être verb. Okay, nous avons pris. Okay, aller is an être verb. Okay, I have been to Paris this week. Now this is one that causes a lot of problem. What's the verb, a lot of problems even. What's the verb to be? Être. Okay, so I have been, strangely, the verb to be is not an être verb. The verb to be doesn't use to be. We say I have been. So I have been, okay. J'ai été. Okay, I'm mixing my blue and my black up. J'ai été. Yeah, I have been. Yeah. Often mixed up with I went. I went to Paris, I have gone to Paris, I have been to Paris, okay? So if you are using the verb to be, or have you ever been, it will be the verb être, and in the past will be été. Please notice both accents, okay? And it will not be about the verb to be in the middle, okay? So we went then, let's use we went. So again, we went, how many words, which tense? Bom, 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 action. We went is from the verb to go, and that's a stupidly obvious thing to say, but it isn't always immediately apparent. The letter W, the letter G, we went is from go, okay? So we went, we have gone, okay, to Paris. So we're in the 1, 2, 3 tense, verb to go, aller. So therefore my ending will be aller. So we went, struggling with the blue and the black today. So we went, now. Have a look at this. Couple of points. If we're we are automatically going to be plural. We cannot do anything about that, okay? If I'm including myself in the group, it's not all female, so there is not going to be an extra E there, okay? If the group were 100% women, so 4 girls, we said we went to Paris, okay? So Marie, Joan, Janet, Jen, they went to Paris. Then this will be written, we will have an E and an S there. Either way you will have an S for the plural, either way. The E depends on whether or not they're all women or not, okay? All women. 4 girls, they take a male friend with them. We're going to need 1 E, not 2, okay? Good. So, we went, nous sommes allés, nous sommes allés. Notice that we've got again this pronunciation issue which happens, okay? He spoke with the driver. So our friend, he spoke with the driver. So action, bum bum bum. He spoke, verb to speak, parler. So the number 3 word is going to be parler. So am I saying il a parlé or il est parlé? Well, you tell me. Is parler moving around the space verb? No. So il a parlé. No, fine. Il a parlé. So he spoke, il a parlé. They decided, so verb to decide, décider. And let's say they, the women, decided. So they decided to go shopping in Paris. They decided. So action, they decided, means bomb, 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 3 ingredients, people, middle verb, auxiliary verb, people, middle verb, end verb. Yeah? So they decided, now let's say they are all girls, those same girls' names. So elles ont, because it's they have decided, that's not a moving around verb. Décider. Notice my accent. Now, you need to be very clear, it's not a verb with be in the middle, so, Okay, so do we need an S on the end? Do we need an E on the end? No, they are female, they are plural, but they're not using a movement verb. We do not need, and by movement I mean the extra verbs, we do not need the E or the S on the end. Okay, let's do 2 more. So, I was born in London. I was born in London. Okay, so again we've got the was. Okay. Doesn't exist. Verb to be. Je suis né à Londres. And can I remind you, when we are using to a place or in a place, we have an accent. Okay, top, left, bottom, right. Je suis né à Londres. I was born in London. Okay, she was born in London. She was born in London. So same action, same 1, 2, 3, same verb to be in the middle. Elle est née. Let's just spell this. So she was born. rentré, she was born in London. Okay? So, try and set yourself little sentences where you're going to be using moving around the space verbs, then with an action. So you go somewhere and you do something. So he went to Paris, he bought a croissant. Il est allé à Paris, il a acheté un croissant. She came home, elle est rentrée, using verb to be, elle est rentrée. She watched a film, elle a regardé un film. Okay? She left to go to the party, elle est partie pour aller à la fête. She chose a dress. Elle a choisi une robe. So the point is, these verbs with be in the middle are very, very limited. They are the moving yourself around the space verbs, okay? If you found this video helpful at all, can you please give me a like? By all means, contact me. The details will be underneath, and say anything else you want a video on. Thank you for your attention. Good luck with your learning.